I haven't painted with acrylic for a year or more. And spoiler warning, but this page doesn't end up looking good by the end. I mean, it's alright, but it could be better, but that's the point. This isn't supposed to look phenomenal. This was a study of Frieren. This is a scene from episode 1 from season 1, Journey's End. I wanted to try to emulate it in my sketchbook and potentially learn something from it while I did. But my use of brushes is really sloppy right now. I'm just an uncoordinated person, and it takes me a little bit of time to really get used to my tools again, so you might not see good painting from me until I've practiced for maybe a couple pages. So I'm really just trying to build up the base colors and block out shapes and figure out where I'm going to put things, because I am looking at a landscape image and I have a vertical page to work with. I am trying to visualize this cropped in my brain. I end up falling into that rookie mistake where you just kind of squish everything. I've moved things. I end up seeing that becoming a problem later on, but again, it's really just practice. Now, let's talk about cool sketchbooks for a minute. I see you with your stack of really awesome looking sketchbooks that are completely untouched because you're so afraid that if you draw on them, you're going to ruin them. But let me tell you what, if you draw something in your sketchbook and you don't like it, you can paint over it. Every sketchbook has unlimited amount of potential. You can paint over it as many times as you want to. And eventually you're gonna like it. In the beginning of this video, you could see the teapot that I had drawn, and I liked that drawing, but I drew it at an angle, so when I actually looked at that teapot straight on, it was super warped and leaning to the side, and that just bothered me. I couldn't get past it. I thought I'd be able to overlook it, but every time I saw that page, it was bugging me, so I decided that I would just paint that one today. This is a sketchbook from Leather Village. It's from Amazon. Well, at least that's where we bought it from. My husband got it for me for Christmas, and I absolutely love it. It's really pretty. The paper is super high quality. It feels almost like cloth, and it's super thick, so when I'm painting over it, there's absolutely no bleed. I can't even see the color through the back of the page. I'm not sponsored by Leather Village or anything, but I really like this sketchbook and I wanted to share because I think other people should get to use it too. It's really phenomenal. It's really great paper. And the Frieren anime, let's talk about Frieren. Oh my goodness. It took me months to be willing to watch Frieren. My husband showed me the first episode of it while we were dating, and it was so boring. I wasn't interested in it. It just seemed to drag on. There was nothing that really yanked my attention. And it was like that. We tried it for the first 2 episodes, and I was like, I just need more stimulation than this right now. So if you haven't started Frieren and you think it's boring, it's not enough for you, I understand where you're coming from, but you should give it another chance. This anime is the most gorgeous anime I have ever watched. Every environment, every background, the shading, it's so beautiful. Okay, no, there are some really pretty animes out there, but this one, it just hits different for me. There's just something about it, some charm, some magical pull that makes me want to pause every scene and just look at all of it, just look at everything that they've tucked in there. But if you don't really care about art, okay, that's not all Frieren has to offer. The character building, the development, oh my gosh. The storytelling, don't get me started on the world building. Frieren is the first elf character I've seen on film that really feels old. Like, I don't know how they did it. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm trying to break it down in my head. But Frieren reads as a character who has been alive for thousands of years. Like, she's convinced me that I can't guess how many years she's been alive. I don't know if she's been alive for 1,000,000 years. Every character is so well written. The dynamics are so good. The arcs are so good. And I don't want to spoil anything, but like as I watch this show, it gets more and more bittersweet because of how they have set up the story. Everything blows my mind. And there is action, and there is romance, and there is sadness, and there are so many emotions to be felt. And there's so much to discover, and if you haven't given Frieren a chance because the beginning is slow, I would highly encourage you to give it another go. Give it 5 episodes. Just give it 5 episodes, and if you're still not invested in the story, okay. I won't come for you, don't worry. I won't come get you. But give it 5 episodes, because I'm willing to bet you will change your mind. Now, the painting looks like crap, and it'll continue to look like crap. There's way too much going on. I haven't defined the foreground, background, and midground with like values. I think that's the biggest issue I'm facing with this painting is values. It's messy. Your eyes don't really have anywhere to focus in. But the good thing about being able to see that is that I've learned, and the next one I do will probably improve. And that's what I'm going for. One of my goals this year is to do a lot of paint studies like these from different shows, movies, even some personal stories that I've written. So if you have any ideas or would like to see a specific show or movie or a specific scene, feel free to drop a comment. Give me a suggestion. I'd love to hear them. I can't promise that I'll do them all, but if I connect with the scene and I think that it's beautiful, I may try my hand at painting it, doing a paint study. And honestly, I'd love to see your paint studies too. So if you record a paint study, tag me. I want to see it. I think they're a great way to learn, and I love it when people do them. And I love to see shows and movies that I'm familiar with in other people's styles. It makes them new and fresh and exciting. So yeah, I love that. Speaking of goals I have this year, it's not only painting that I'll be doing. I also want to do clay. So I'm gonna sculpt, and we're gonna hopefully have a pit fire this summer, which is when you dig a shallow hole in the ground and you put your pottery in the hole and you build a campfire on top of them and you burn it very, very slowly, and it takes like hours to do, but they come out with these beautiful earthy reds, browns, blacks, like beautiful colors, beautiful patterns. And I'm hoping to craft some little critters that will be not broken by the end of this experiment that we're gonna do. Also, as you may have noticed, I am dipping my toes into cosplay. I found that I really enjoy dressing up. I think it's fun. It makes me feel giddy. So I bought elf ears and I got antlers and I have some dresses that I'm excited to show you guys. And the next video I put out will be me showcasing some of those cosplay outfits, and then I'm going to sketch and watercolor some pictures I take. So I'll be using myself as a character reference, and then I'll be trying to practice drawing humans from the reference photos that I take of myself. Another thing I want to dive back into is candle making. And I have this idea that I could take tea leaves and I could infuse them in the wax and create tea-scented, tea-infused candles in handmade pottery. I think that could be really wild. The list goes on. I'm telling you, I have a whole Google Doc for this stuff. So if that's interesting to you, maybe stick around. I want to try to put a video out every weekend. In fact, this video was supposed to go out on Saturday, but I ended up needing to do a lot of chores on Saturday. I didn't have the time or energy to do an activity afterwards. But I did manage to film all of those chores, and I put them up on my other channel, which is all about living in the RV, and will hopefully include some relationship talks. Me and my husband are going to talk about the challenges we've faced in our first year of marriage and how we've overcome them and what we've learned, and try to share with maybe some younger couples or people who want to be in relationships. So there's that too. Because I'm an artist with a lot of interests and I'm having trouble narrowing them down into one or two things, so I'm trying to link them all together and blend them to the best of my ability. Because I want to do everything. I want to do everything. Like, for my whole art life, I've told people that I couldn't draw humans. And it's been true. Like, I've sucked at drawing humans, but it's something that I want to do because I have human characters in my head. I want to tell their stories, or I want to draw other human characters. So I'm practicing. That's why I want to practice drawing myself in cosplay outfits. That's why I want to draw or paint Frieren. Like, I want to study these things. I want to get better at them. You know, sometimes people will look at art and they'll say, "Man, I wish I could do that. That's so cool." And I'm like, you totally can. You totally can. Like, you could do art the same way I could play violin. It's a matter of taking the time to invest into it and practice it and get good at it. Because, like, I wasn't born being able to draw. Like, I had interest in it. I have a creative way of looking at things, and I've always wanted to draw. So there's my boost. But I took years and years and hours failing. I failed over and over and over, and I still fail. But I'm gonna keep doing it because I like it. It makes me happy, and that's enough reason for me. And I know that if I keep practicing, I'm gonna make some really freaking cool stuff. And you can too, and I wanna see it. So sit your butt down, pull out a pencil and paper, and just draw what's in front of you. Pull out one of those freaking cool sketchbooks from your birthday stash that somebody got you that you've been too afraid to touch, and put something on the front page. And if you don't like it, paint over it, start again. I've gotten to the point where I get a little bit into mixed media. I'm going to detail Frieren's character now. I'm scared, so I procrastinate a little bit, but Frieren is super cute. Again, I don't really draw humans, so please excuse her blobbiness, but I use ink. I have a black brush pen that I'm going to add detail with. I also have a white ink pen and a gold ink pen, and I'm kind of just going to highlight the focal point of this image with those three tools here. And this is my favorite part of the whole process. Now, don't pay any attention to the tree stump that Frieren is sitting in front of. I layered and layered and layered. I spent so much freaking time on that tree stump, and I couldn't make it look like a tree stump. My hand was just too wobbly, and I eventually gave up. So it looks like a weird, like, fair water slide. But it is what it is. I wanted to be done. I've been working on this for like 3 hours, and I actually ran out of iPhone storage filming the video midway and had to like sit down on the kitchen floor and delete a bunch of old videos and try to make room so that I could have enough storage to cut the video or airdrop it to my iPad for editing. So I really only had so much time to work on this. And anyway, here's your Frieren. Please enjoy.